What I was trying to say, well, describe or explore or to brainstorm or to consciously stream how and why I am quote unquote able to do the things that I do and I look around myself and I see that other people can't or don't. Number one, I understand that everybody doesn't want this lifestyle. Everybody doesn't want to do what I do. Everybody isn't interested in traveling or doing stuff that I just. I mean, I literally think everybody wants. I mean, when I was younger, I used to think everybody wants to do this. Why wouldn't everybody want to do this? Who wouldn't want to do this? It took me a while to understand, the consciousness and the difference in subjectivity and all that. And then as I got older, I realized the differences in between me, what I'm capable of doing, the quote unquote privileges I have, the difference between my life and other people. And I started to appreciate, not only how good my life was, but the challenges and struggles other people may have for whatever reason. In the previous video I made where I wasn't recording, basically, it didn't come out. As always, luckiest day of my life was when it was determined who my parents were going to be and what setting I was born into. After that, it was just left for me to mess up or not. My parents, I was given and shown and taught and exposed to and appreciated and just everything. That was the luckiest day of my life. And then from that, before I got to that, I was looking at how come, I get to travel to see. Okay, first of all, you have passions. You love certain things. I'm just saying in general, because as the new me knows, there's nothing universal. There is nothing that's universal. There's nothing that everybody does. There's nothing that all people do. I don't care if you say all living people breathe. I just won't accept that as a universal. I just don't accept anything in as universal. So basically, I forgot where I was going. And this is going to be kind of disjointed because I'm kind of, I'm just, I don't know, whatever. But basically, I was like flying here, flying there, and your passions. For me, to experience my passions is probably the best and deepest thing that I feel I can do. And basically, and I kind of don't want to say it, but what anybody can do. The things that you like, the things that you most cherish, to deeply experience them, I think that's got to be one of the highest things that a human being, a conscious being, can explore or experience. The things you deeply passion, being close and intimate with them and have deep experiences with them, extensive experience with them, with the things you passion, whatever you like. If you like knitting, if you like quilting, if you like skiing, if you like surfing, whatever it is, fishing, whatever, playing music, drawing, art, exercising, whatever, to have that for a human being or conscious being to be able to experience their greatest passions. I don't think it's something higher than that. Well, not too much higher than that. Well, consciousness is the highest thing. And that kind of very related to consciousness. Your passions and your experience is very, very closely related to consciousness, which I do believe is the highest thing in the universe. So basically, to be able to experience that over and over and over, and I look around and I see, everybody can do that. Everybody doesn't have the opportunity for whatever reason. Everybody may or may not be capable. And like I said, and the reason I say your passions is because it's not that people should want to do what I do or that my life is so desirable. I'm not saying that. I'm saying it's the things that I passion. I get to experience the things that I passion. Why do I get to experience the things that I deeply passion at this level, and other people may or may not? And their passions are their passions. Maybe they don't have passions. I'm sure there's people who don't have passions. Maybe just people who their passion is to be miserable. Like I said, I'm open to all of that. And I have to at least keep it in my mind that It's a possibility. So why me? How come, I'm doing this and I'm going through life, blah, 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 blah. What did I do? Basically, what did I do to get this, to get here? And it started, I went back to my parents. My parents, the situation I was born in. No doubt. And then I went on to realize that the financial situation that I'm in. I make some money. I make a lot of money. A lot. For me, it's a lot. For me, I make a lot because I'm cheap. For me, it's a lot of money because I don't have a desire to live extravagant. I have no desire to do that. So for me, it's a lot. And how did I get here? Basically, how did I get here? At first, I thought, it was because of that first crystal radio. That first crystal radio I got. And something about even the smell of it, right down to everything, how it worked, every single thing about it just fascinated me. From that day forward, I was electronics. From that day forward, I was electronics. And at that time, even though I was, 9, 10 or whatever, I was smart enough to know there could be a future in this. Electronics is the future. I saw that. Maybe just like I saw that P-Funk was the future. When I first heard that Mothership Connection and I chose it, I was like, there's something about this music. There's something about the music. And look where we're at now. That. look where we are 50 years later. So when I first got that crystal radio and I went electronics, I was captivated. I was captivated. From years after that, I'm taking all kinds of stuff apart. I'm getting, for my birthday, I'm getting electronic kits. All I want is electronic kits. I'm reading books. I'm getting magazines. In fact, I kept blowing out the breakers in the house. So my father got me a big battery. It was like 1.5 volts or whatever. I wanted a 6 volt one. He got me a 1.5 volt battery, big old huge battery. I can hook stuff up and do stuff, taking radios apart, tearing stuff up, not knowing how to put it back together, blah, blah. And then high school came. I was able to take electronics. It was 9th grade. Mr. Ron Cohn, Cardinal Mooney. My first electronic class. I learned about Ohm's law and all that. My mother was there and I gave back to my parents. I remember I even still have the what's it called? Toolbox. My electronic toolbox that I got. 9th grade, sitting there literally right in there right now. I even got my first ohm meter. My first ohm meter that I built. I think that was 9th grade too. I still got it. I think it still works even. My parents bought that for me. They were there. Like I said, the first luckiest day was my parents. And from that crystal radio, and I chose that career. And I say they chose that career in electronics, because electronics, and I saw electronics was going away. I said, all right, I'm going to get into computers. So I bought a computer. I taught myself computers. I taught myself to a computer to a point. In fact, wait a minute. I pretty much taught myself computers all the way because I never really took a computer class. I took a couple bullshit computer classes. It was mostly networking. I kind of taught myself computers on my own. And, there was some classes here and there, but it was mostly networking that I learned. Novell, networking. But by that time, you got to have a certain level already, because they was giving out, I think it was WTPA or WPTA or something like that. It was giving out free training. And as long as you was taking that training, your unemployment would go. Let me repeat, as long as you were in school taking that training, your unemployment would continue. Think about it. Think about what I would have done. As brilliant as this one is here. Hell, I was on unemployment for like 2 years or something like that. Then they kept extending it. 2008 when things went really bad. But anyhow, all of that. And of course, with all this is an aptitude. With all this is an aptitude and an integrity to maintain my career, to keep my career and my life and my record fairly clean, if not totally clean. And that's no accident. That was no accident. That was probably given to me by my parents and instilled in me and my parents, and just something about me. I just didn't want to be that person. I just never did. I just never really wanted to be that person. I always wanted to be pretty much. And when I go like this, and this kind of gives off like a regimented, orderly, managed, organized type person. And I do cherish that. I do love that. But the little funk, the funk in me just basically means tear all that up. None of that matters. Throw it all out the window. Act a fool. So I got them both. And I think I do them both well. Because my life is very orderly. My electronics, my bills, my photographs, my data, everything. The way I lay out my clothes, the way I put my dishes up, the way I put my silverware up, the way I even put the stuff in my refrigerator in the same place. The clothes I wear, everything is regimented. I mean, to the point of nausea. But this funk part over here wants to disrupt it all the time. But you know what? That funk part better not mess up this. Because this is in place and this is working for me. But so I got them both going on. And so basically, I can afford to do these things because I picked a career that made me successful. I fell in love and had a passion for a career that made me successful. Because I'm making a lot of money. Like for me, I make a lot of money, like I said, because I'm cheap. So whatever I'm making is a lot. That's why I can afford, this X amount of dollars in California, because I'm not really living an extravagant life, but except for when it comes to traveling. I will spend some damn money on traveling and going to see that damn band because it's my passion. It's Pittsburgh Steelers, Parliament Funkadelic. And travel, all that mixed in, making the arrangements for travel, the internet, it just all is a one big, giant, glorious opportunity or adventure or just tool, just so powerful. The tools that are out there for me to experience my passions. The tools that are out there but basically, okay, the whole thing was yesterday I bought tickets to go see the Steelers. Yesterday I bought tickets to be at the Steelers' first game of the season with the new team, Aaron Rodgers, and a lot of excitement about the team. Jalen Ramsey, Darius Slay, new rookie. I mean, just some good. I mean, it's just gonna be monumental to be sitting in that stadium the first moment. Even though the first moment really kind of doesn't mean anything. I mean, it means something, but it's not the whole season. But to be there at that moment for my football team, when Aaron Rodgers come out there and take that first snap, or when that defense takes the field, and just to be there, it's because I passion the Steelers so much. Because that's my team. To be there when my team takes the field, under this new kind of configuration, this new kind of attitude, the opportunity for that. I've listened to all the podcasts. So I've been hearing about all the players and training camps. I've been hearing about all this and all that. And I'm hearing, I'm learning, I'm up to date on everything. And it's going to be exciting. And this is 2 weeks after being in New York. See George Clinton, Parliament Funkadelic. That's what I'm talking about, my passion. P-Funk, and the Steelers. Somebody asked me who was my favorite basketball team. I said the Pittsburgh Steelers. What's your favorite baseball team? Pittsburgh Steelers. What music you listen to? P-Funk. Is there anything else? Yeah. P-Funk. In fact, actually, I do listen to that. This is my down chill thing, but what other kind of music do you like? I like my down tempo chill. That kind of aesthetic or ethereal kind of groove, but there's nice little beats to it. Rhythm. A lot of it's on the one. A lot of it is on the one. In fact, all of it. It has to be on the one. So I really just wanted to diagnose, how and why I can do these things. And also, why am I able to, fly here, fly there, experiencing that. And with that, and with my, I wouldn't quite say braggadocious attitude, but look at this. You see this? Transit ticket, my EWR transit ticket, took the train. I got them both. I keep my stuff. I got them both when I went there and when I came back. See, that's how orderly I am. But the funk is supposed to be crazy, but I'm so orderly. I got both my tickets when I took the train from the airport to the hotel and back from the hotel. I got both my tickets. It's just, and they're sitting like right there. I'll put them away. Actually, they're sitting there. I'll take them and I put them, there's a folder over there that they'll go into. And then from the folder, they're going to the next step where they'll get long-term, put away. This is how I live. It's orderly. It's no mistake. It's no mistake. And though luck plays a part in the lifestyle that I live and love so much, work is involved too. I earn this. I earn this and I work for it. And sometimes it gets strange to be out here doing this stuff, celebrating this stuff when everybody can't, but you can't be shy about it. I mean, you can't be braggadocious and blah blah blah, me. I'm not that. And you got to be happy for yourself. Oh my God, I'm not, I'm happy, I'm exhilarated. And I mean, let's just face it, I get super happy. I go ape shit happy. I just lose my mind. Let's just face it. You can hear me at the show. People see me at the show. I just lose my mind. I'm not embarrassed about losing my mind. And I'm very passionate about my life. I'm very passionate about my understanding. I'm very passionate about consciousness, or I'm very passionate about everything. I'm very passionate, and I don't want to hide that passion. I don't want to hide that, especially today when I don't have a headache or nasal problems. It's been a while, and I didn't take any headache medicine, but I will. I swear to God, I will if I have to. I will. I don't give a damn. Can y'all see my ass or whatever from my shirt coming up? Can y'all? Yeah, you can a little bit. That wasn't too bad. I admit I got on a tiny shirt. I got on a tiny shirt. I mean, my sister called it a muscle shirt. I was like, I didn't even think about that. My sister said, you got on a muscle shirt. I said, it's just a medium. I just got on a medium shirt, I guess. I guess you could call it like a muscle shirt. Would you call it a muscle shirt? It fits tight and it feels good. It feels tight. I like the feel. And I also like when I take that damn thing off at night and I go, just relax. But what I just did then, as you saw, I pulled the SD card out of my 360 camera. My 360 camera. I shoot video down in LA when I'm driving around LA or if I'm walking around LA. I pulled the SD card out of that. I'm gonna copy those files to where they belong. How orderly I am. I'm gonna copy those files where the hell they belong. Because they have a place. Have a place on the H drive under Insta360 folder. And then in there, I'll come in there and I'll create a folder under a certain file name structure. We'll call it. All right, I gotta work. I have no idea where I left off. Other than the fact that I was I'm copying files from the SD card in my 360 camera to where they belong on my hard drive. Should back that up too. And I just ran a backup this morning too. I'm so thorough. I mean, I am thoroughly, I'm on top of it. mean, funk is supposed to be just do what you can do, and like, whatever happens, happens. And no, I live that to a certain degree, but no, I'm on top of pretty much everything that goes on, and yeah, I thoroughly exploit, examine, you know, yeah, there's no way around it. I'm on top of things, but and that just comes from discipline. That's the word, discipline. I do have a discipline. I do have a discipline that may or may not align with the funk, the idea of funky and funk. But to me, the Parliament side or the P-Funk philosophy did adhere to a level of integrity that if you look at in a certain way, the level of integrity, it's very not hard to see it as a discipline, as being some kind of discipline, one way or the other. It's my mother's birthday today. I just want to wish her a happy birthday as I'm looking through the videos that came up, the memories that come up on your videos and stuff. And just looking at my mother, we was at the casino, took her to the casino not long ago. We hang out, we do stuff. But yeah, I just wanted to go over, how or why I am able to accomplish or to experience some of the things that I do, whereas I know everybody can. I just know everybody can. Just trying to see where or what I did, or how I got here. This, thought experiment. Just wanted to get, talk about that a little bit. How long have I been talking? 22 minutes? I'll probably splice the two videos together. And we'll go from there. My name is Jeffery.